everybody, this is Apex Crypto writing my, recording my first video. Why I chose now for my first video? Well, now seems as good a time as ever to discuss my thoughts on what's happening in crypto. And no doubt that we have come a long way in just the last year. Seems like about a year ago, Bitcoin and lots of coins were at their all-time high. And euphoria was high, sentiment was high in the markets. Many of you watching or listening to this video have no doubt encountered your first bear market. Lots of people are new to the crypto space, and so I wanted to make this video because I have some perspective that I think many will find valuable, especially if you're new to crypto. I've been in crypto since 2013, so I've been through a couple of these bear markets, a couple of the boom cycles or bull markets as well. And so there's a lot of fear in the markets right now about where the market's going and what's going to happen in the future, all that. And so I wanted to make a video, my first video on that, to hopefully bring some hope and some perspective to those that may be going through their first bear market. So this is an article I wrote. You can see the publishing date here is March 11th. It was picked up by a publication, Coin Monks, on Medium. And this March 11th is the repost date from when I posted this article. I actually wrote it in January, I believe middle or end of January of this year. I have it right there, January 26th. But the original publication became corrupted on Medium, so I had to repost it. And so that's why March 11th is the new post date. But the title of this, The title of this article back in January, when it was somewhat unclear whether we were going through a correction in the crypto market and the bull run was going to continue, I just had a feeling that that the bear market was here from what I was seeing. I'm not a big technical guy. I'm more of a fundamental analyst type of person. And from what I was seeing, I wanted to rally the warning cry to those. And so I wrote this article that was extremely unpopular at the time about a crypto bear market already being here again in January 26th of 2022. So I just want to go over it because I think it is helpful and may bring some perspective to those of you that maybe have just gotten into crypto and are really hurting right now. So I started with a quote from Winston Churchill. This is a picture of Winston Churchill, if you don't know. And he says, "Those that fail to learn from history are doomed to repeat it. A reckoning is coming to crypto. A reckoning to crypto is already here." At the time of this writing, January 26th, 2022, Bitcoin is down almost 50% from its 69K all-time high in November. And again, as of right now, November 23rd, we're about a year past Bitcoin's all-time high. February 10th will mark a third consecutive month of lower highs. And then further, March 10th would mark a fourth month, giving us enough hindsight data to see what few recognize now, that crypto is in a bear market. The last time this happened in crypto was at the end of the 2020 or 2017 bull run and ICO craze. And so if you were here in the last cycle, you may remember when Bitcoin shot up at the end of 2017, December 2017, to a high of around 19K. In ICO's initial coin offerings, it seemed like almost weekly a new coin or a new project was launching, and they were all the rage on crypto Twitter, and there were YouTube videos about it, and And the sentiment, the overall sentiment from those of us that were in the market was, well, I can't miss out. It was this huge FOMO sentiment. And anyway, continuing on, I know what you're thinking. Hey, wait a minute. We had a bear market in March 2020. Again, March 2020, the cerveza sickness, right, crashed all markets, right? We didn't. That was not a bear market. That was a correction, but more on that later. In 2018, Bitcoin and many other projects went on a parabolic move to the upside. Okay. Sorry, correction. In 2017, late 2017. Those that were holding prior to the previous lows, which prior to this bull run in March 2017, were handsomely rewarded with gains not seen in this last century of investing. So a lot of people were talking about in this bull run, man, how much money was there to be made in crypto in 2021, coming off the March 2020 low up until the November 21 high. You could pretty much, or the sentiment was, you can put money in any coin or new coin that was launched and make money. A lot of people don't know this, but that was very much the sentiment in the bull run of 2017. But and so if you got in at the right time and exited at the right time, regardless of the coin you were in, you made some pretty handsome gains. So anyway, pick any coin that was listed at the time in the top 100. You can go into the Wayback Machine on CoinMarketCap and see the coins that were in the top 100 to verify this. And you were all but guaranteed a 3x, a 5x, a 100x on your money. But so ICOs were all the craze. There were thousands of coins, and all of them were tagged by self-proclaimed experts and influencers as clear winners. Again, this was all over crypto Twitter at the time. Lots of people shilling different projects and, hey, this is how you double, triple, quadruple your money, etc. Okay, hopium was everywhere, was rampant. You had YouTube channels that were popping up all the time, and then abruptly, without warning, the bull run ended. It started in January of 2018, and soon after the first quarter, second quarter confirmed that the bull run was over. The bull run of 2017 was over. Okay. Within weeks of the Bitcoin all-time high, the crypto market corrected, and literally it was within weeks. You could get into middle to end of January, and there were already signs. Correction had already happened, even though it wouldn't be verified as that the bull market was over until months later. And they corrected hard. You actually saw that within weeks or months, projects and their developers, they disappeared. Team pages, websites disappeared. The About Us sections were completely wiped clean. Twitter handles were deleted. Whole teams vanished into the ether. Coins plummeted in value. Liquidity dried up. Is this ringing any bells to what we're going through right now? People who could sell did, but most who tried after massive corrections that took place were left holding bags of worthless coins that no one wanted. So again, when it was evident that the bull market was over and these coins weren't going to pump, the markets for these coins also disappeared. And so even if you wanted to sell some of these coins, you couldn't find a buyer to buy the coins. Some lost their life savings. Many left crypto altogether and started to buy the narrative of what many people thought at the time, and a narrative that many people say right now, I told you so, crypto's it's a scam. And ironically, those that hurt most by the bear market of 2018, they believed it. And many left crypto for good. Most of us that were here during the last bear cycle, if we lasted through, we saw the future vision that crypto was building and was promised at the time. And even prior to 2018, those of us that were in before it, maybe those of us that had bought Bitcoin first or were at Bitcoin in the early days and then bought Ethereum or other coins, we saw the future vision that crypto was building and promised at the time, and that's what kept us here. Many of us had the right instinct, but many of us lacked the proper knowledge or framework to distinguish between projects with true utility and projects in search of a problem. Okay. How many of the coins listed on CoinMarketCap, when you pop open their profile, you can understand the problem they're trying to solve, true utility, versus a project that is merely in search of a problem. Okay. If we did have the proper knowledge before the 2018 bear market, most of us investing in crypto certainly would have made different choices, right? So many of us that were here in previous cycles, we've seen the patterns, okay? We've seen what makes a solid team. We've seen what solid tokenomics are. We see the red flags of a money grab project. Okay, we didn't know that in previous cycles, but now that we've seen it in other cycles, we have seen the patterns that distinguish good projects from scams. But the reality is even in 2018, most invested in crypto didn't have the proper knowledge, and many got wrecked. And sadly, in 2022, many still don't have the proper knowledge, and many subsequently have gotten wrecked. So again, why this video? Why this history lesson? Am I here to rub salt in wounds? Absolutely not. Am I here to say, I told you so? Maybe a little bit. But my heart is, I don't like seeing people get wrecked. I don't like seeing people lose life savings. I don't see people saying, like I do on Twitter, of, man, I wish I had the proper knowledge. If I only knew what I needed and what I know now about Project X, I wouldn't have invested my money. Okay. Why it matters is here we sit just 5 years removed, almost 6 years from the last crypto bull run. Okay. Actually, well, from the previous one, about a year removed now, right? Since Bitcoin's all-time high. And sadly, it doesn't appear that the crypto community has learned much from the mistakes of the past. For instance, compare the marketing efforts and techniques of many of the projects in current year to the last bull cycle. And it has all these marketing techniques have all the same markers of the bubble that ended so badly. Okay, so my hope by making this video and going over what I found and my thoughts and my experience is to prevent you from making the same mistakes that so many others did. Because I don't see many, if any, of these videos being made. And this is my first, and it might be my only video that I make on this YouTube channel. But if it helps someone not make the same mistakes that I did in previous cycles or others have made, then it's worth it. Okay, I assume that there are many new to crypto still, just in the last couple of years. And many of you may not know the fate that awaits many of the coins in your portfolio. Maybe you did buy at all-time highs a year ago. Okay, maybe your coin has been listed on a number of exchanges. Maybe you can't sell your coins and you're just stuck holding them. Well, my hope is right now, as we're in the bear market, I hope you would see or understand and double down on the need to acquire knowledge, the proper knowledge needed to make better decisions moving forward so you don't get hurt. You can't do anything about the past. The past is the past, but you can learn from the past, right? And that's my hope. Okay. It's true that in 2022, the game is certainly different. Okay. And the bubble this time is different than the one in the previous cycle. Okay. Again, at the time of the writing in January, there was $2 trillion in assets, which was already 30% down in value from the November all-time high. And where we sit today, I'm going to pull up, let's see. Okay, under $1 trillion. Okay, 800 billion, 836 billion. Okay, so we're already down 836 billion. We're already down 60 more percent, right, from 2 trillion. Okay. Okay. What's also different this time is there are more people in this cycle investing in crypto than ever before. Orders of magnitude more. Okay. Some of us OGs are still here. And yet few of us, very few of us have lived through these previous bear cycles. Okay. I'm still, when I meet people in crypto, when I engage people on YouTube comments or on CT, very few people I'm engaging with were here in 2017. Okay. Very few were even here in 2013. Okay. I mean, yeah, there's some still Bitcoin maximalists around, but very few were actually crazy enough to invest in crypto in 2013. Okay. And again, my hope by making this video is to draw attention to there are obvious parallels between the market in 2021 or 2022 and the one in 2018. Okay. Obvious patterns that we've already covered. And that's why I'm making this video. It's not for the likes. It's not for the shares. My hope is that at least one will not lose everything that they've invested. Okay. And I know for some of you, again, November 2022, that might be too late. Okay. Again, you're going to hear other voices. Okay. You probably have already said or already heard other voices. Okay. And again, this is not what you see when you look at crypto YouTube channels, okay, crypto Twitter, when you're on Discord channels of projects, okay, when you're on Clubhouse rooms, etc. Okay. This is what they were saying back in January of last year. This cycle is different. Okay. The idea of a lengthening cycle, whatever that means, okay, made up term. Okay. This time is special, right? Mass adoption, right? This is a super cycle. These are the hopium phrases that people were saying a year ago. Okay. And if you were buying the narrative of what the YouTube or Twitter algorithm or YouTube influencers were telling you, okay, back in January, when there were obvious warning signs that the bull market is over, okay, you could have saved maybe 90% of your capital. Just food for thought. Again, you have these narratives that repeat, okay? These same narratives, okay, if you were to do a Wayback Machine search, okay, back in March of 2018, okay, you would have found these same narratives, okay, 3 months after, again, the correction of the 2017 bull run, okay? These were the same narratives that were being spouted on Twitter, on YouTube channels, okay? And why it matters is, again, some of these coins that people were holding, they never came back to their all-time highs. They lost 90% in the previous bull market or bear market, and they never came back. Okay. Again, you could get into philosophical, why does this happen? Why do people start this narrative? Well, if the sky's falling on your investment, right, and you own the coins, you only have further value to lose if you admit that there's a real correction in the markets, right? If I hold Bitcoin, okay, I am incentivized by a higher Bitcoin price, right? And I do hold Bitcoin, right? And so why would I spout a narrative that could potentially cause my investment to lose value? I am now, again, hopefully I have some, moral gumption about me that I'm still going to want to do the right thing when the moment calls for it, regardless of what I gain from the situation, right? But you can't disacknowledge that there's an incentive for me to be dishonest, even if I believe that we're in a bear market. Okay. And as a market participant, Again, we are incentivized not to believe it, okay, even when the information is credible, okay? It's also in the midst of a market correction that we ignore the fundamental lever at play, okay? That drives all crypto markets, okay? Again, I'm a fundamental analysis guy. I am not a TA guy, okay? I do not discern the patterns of the tea leaves, but I'm really good at digging into the fundamentals, okay? And what drives all markets? Okay, again, very few were talking about this back in January when I posted this article. But what drives all markets? Everyone's talking about it now. Okay, whether it's US, Europe, Asia, precious metals, stocks, bonds, etc. You all know what I'm going to say. It's the Fed. It's the Fed. And we have this article by Reuters back on January 26th of 2022. Let's pull it up. Okay. Fed likely to hike rates in March. You had your warning, January 26, 2022. The Fed is likely to hike rates from Jerome Powell himself. Okay? The truth is, the U.S. Federal Reserve sets the entire monetary policy for the world. Okay? It's happened since Bretton Woods. You don't believe me? Google Bretton Woods. Okay? Google the U.S. Federal Reserve. Okay? Educate yourself on that some. Okay? And I say that not out of to be mean. I say that because if you study this, you will see what everyone has learned over the last 9 months. Fed policy drives all markets, crypto included. Okay? That's where they announced that they were going to fight inflation, okay, by raising interest rates. And that's the world we've been living in since March of last year, right? We're following the Fed. Follow the Fed, okay? And again, rarely, prior to a year ago, you would rarely find any voices in digital assets covering the developments at the Federal Reserve, even though it affects your investment and the investments in digital assets. Fundamental research matters for any asset that you hold. Okay, again, there were narratives that were put against this that have been founded to be untrue. Bitcoin is a store of value. It's digital gold. It will retain its value against the decline of asset prices. So far, that is false. Okay, the truth of the matter is that the value of your crypto is completely contextual to how long you're going to hold for, aka your time horizon, and when you entered the market. The value of your crypto is completely contextual. So if you entered the market and bought Bitcoin at 69K of November of last year, it feels pretty rough right now. If you bought Bitcoin at $450 in 2013, you have a very different value proposition. Okay, the value of your crypto is very different than someone who entered the market a year ago. Okay. And all this to say is I'm not saying that you should sell. I'm saying that there are often signs in the broader macro environment, aka what the Fed is doing via money printing, via quantitative easing or quantitative tightening, etc., that is going to have an impact on your crypto. Okay. So, the questions that matter to you as a crypto investor. Do you actually know what you're holding in your portfolio? And I'm not talking about the name of your coin. Deeply, do you understand your coin inside and out? Does it have a maximum supply? What is it? What is the release schedule of those that control the coin? Is it decentralized? How decentralized is it? Who is the core team? What is their business experience? Okay, what is their resume? Okay, is the network growing or declining? What is the Metcalfe's law proposition of your coin? All these questions you should know before you hit the buy button. Do you actually know the answers to those questions so you have a full understanding of what you're holding? Okay. And again, have you considered whether your coin or project has enough staying power to survive a bear market? Okay. And again, I hope you answered that question prior to this bear market, because there's a lot of hurting people right now. A lot of people that invested a lot of money in coins that have not survived this bear market, that are already belly up and are never coming back. And even if you don't, asking these questions matters more now, so that you can buy or purchase or hold the right coins so you don't repeat the mistakes you made this cycle. Anyway, again, just my opinion, if you hold Bitcoin, that's probably your safest bet to retain your portfolio. It still remains true a year after the fact. Yes, Bitcoin is down a ton. Most coins are down more. You could make a case for Ethereum, same thing. Okay, Ethereum is down, what, 60%? Most coins in aggregate are down 80 to 95% across the 20,000 coins on CoinMarketCap. Okay, again, just something to think about. Okay. And again, if you have a get-rich-quick scheme on buying a coin that's pumping, or a hot tip you got on a Telegram group, a simple hodl strategy in a bear market may not work out for you. And I don't think most have considered that. Every digital asset needs ongoing capital. Okay, all of these coins, many of these coins, they're running out of money. It's called a liquidity crisis. Okay, if you hear an organization or a project has a liquidity problem, that is code speak for we are out of money. Just something to keep in mind. Every project has ongoing capital expenditures. That's bills that they need to pay, whether their project is up 500% or down 90%. Okay, and that matters in a bear market, because if the value of your money is down 90%, that really affects your ability to make payroll. Anyway, again, at the time there were 17,000 coins listed on CoinMarketCap. I think there's over 21,000. Again, people continue to launch coins. There are coins launching every day, and there are coins that are dying every day. Okay, again, doesn't mean that they don't get delisted on CoinMarketCap, but when you look at the market metrics on those coins and actually dive in, many of these coins aren't trading on any markets currently. And when the coins aren't trading on any markets, or only on one or two markets, that means you can't sell your coins and realize your gains. It means you can't make money off of crypto. Okay. Anyway, so just wanted to bring this to light. And again, not to call people out, but to offer hope and hopefully offer a way for people to move forward. And I kind of close with this. Bear markets afford those of us who have screwed up in the past a do-over, to become better investors for ourselves, our families, and for those that God has entrusted us to care about. And I've made mistakes too, and I am sharing this because I have made mistakes. And I don't want people to make the same mistakes I did in previous bull runs. And I'm not seeing a lot of this talk about learning from mistakes in bear markets to make us better. Again, Full transparency, I sold most of my Bitcoin at the peak of the 2017 bull run. Ouch. And it felt like a very nice gain at the time. But ouch. And the reason I sold was because I didn't know what I hold. I sold what I thought was magic internet money. And again, if you come from a background like me, you're not supposed to get money. You don't come into money like I came into money. I'm not from money. I never dreamt of gaining that kind of money. But my point is, it's not too late to start asking the hard questions about the coins you've invested in. Yes, some of them may be down 90%, but you can still cut your losses. And that might be the right course of action if you've never asked the hard questions about the coins that you're holding. But that may not be for you. So anyway, thanks for listening. I don't know if I'll ever make another video, but if you found this valuable, please share it with someone you love. Take care. Have a great night.